All right, 36 and 37, they want you to find in interval notation and set builder notation the domain and range for these two graphs. So let's see here, get this out of here. And all right, so for 36, remember I always like to write inequalities first because that just helps me write everything else out. So let's see, for domain, we're talking about x, right? So the furthest left it's going to go is, let's see, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Then we put less than because it's open circle. If it's a closed circle, we put less than or equal to. We're talking about x, so let's put x. Then let's see, the furthest point on the right is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, and it's a closed circle. It's a solid circle, so we're going to use the less than or equal to sign. All right, now let's talk about the y. For the y, we're going from the lowest point to the highest point. The lowest point I can see is 1, 2, 3, -3. -3, and that's a closed circle, so less than or equal to. Y, we're talking about y. And then we just see the highest point is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here. So it's going to be +5. And open circle, so less than, and +5. Okay, so now we can use this and change it into interval notation and change it into set builder notation. For interval notation, we're going to look at the symbols. The less than, not equal to, is going to be a parentheses. And the sign over here, less than or equal to, is going to be bracket. And then we just put our numbers that we got here, -5 and 4, -5. And it has to be in this order. And that's our answer. For the range, we see the less than or equal to. That's going to be a bracket. And we see the less than, no equal to. That's going to be a parentheses. So then we put our two numbers in there, -3, 5 in that order. And we're done with that. All right, now for set builder, it's also very easy. It's just a notation, really. So you put squiggly bracket, domain's x, separating line, and then literally just copy this and put it into the box. So I'm going to write -5, less than x, less than or equal to 4, and close with squiggly brackets. There it is. Now for y, it's the same thing then. Squiggly bracket, y, separating a line, and copy this. That's why I like to write inequalities. It makes everything easier. -3, less than or equal to y, less than 5, squiggly bracket. That's number 36. 37, let's see here. Inequalities, domain. So domain is going to be, the furthest left is going, it never stops. You can see the arrows going this way forever. So it's going to be -infinity, less than, because you cannot equal infinity. X, because we're talking about domain. And the furthest right it's going is -1, -2. So -2. And open circle, so less than, -2. Alright, now let's do the range. The lowest point is going to be also -infinity because it's going down forever with the arrow. So -infinity, less than y, and then the lowest the point is -1, less than because open circle, and -1. Now we can take these points and change them into interval notation. Once again, let's take a look. We got less than, that's parentheses, and parentheses. And our two numbers, -infinity and -2. In that order. Now for the range, let's look at the two symbols. Less than, that's parentheses and parentheses. -infinity, comma, -1. Those are my two numbers. For set builder, squiggly bracket, x, separating line. Copy this top equation exactly. -infinity, less than x, less than -2. Close squiggly brackets. For the range, same thing. Squiggly brackets, y, separating line. Copy my y equation right here. -infinity, less than y, less than -1, and squiggly bracket, and I'm done.